And just, jumping into to Dexter, I was actually just recently doing a reality check. It's been almost 20 years since Dexter first premiered. It's
Yeah.
almost 20 years later, and we're still getting Dexter, and it's still fresh. Were you a fan of the series at all before joining the cast? Like, were you part of the Dexter train way back when?
Yeah, I mean, an alumni of NYU graduate acting program, and Michael C. Hall is also an alumni.
Yeah.
And when that show first hit the airwaves, shockingly nearly 20 years ago, everyone in the alumni circle was just going crazy because it was just one of those things that sort of grabbed the international attention,
Yeah.
and everyone was talking about it. So yeah, I was definitely on the bandwagon right from the beginning, in part because we were both alumni of NYU graduate acting program. But who would have guessed that 20 years later, the show would still be breaking records in terms of viewership and that, it'd become this franchise. So it's a real blessing to be a part of it.
Absolutely, and I'm sure I'm going to get some heat for this, but I was late to the Dexter train. I actually recently started watching Dexter maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. My wife actually got me on, and I was instantly hooked. I mean, who wouldn't like the setting? Miami, detectives, investigation, thriller, murder. So I was instantly hooked, and then once I got to the finale, I was like, man, we're done with Dexter. And then we got, this past year, in Dexter, First Blood, I was like, I wasn't, and then on top of that, we're getting, this show, Dexter Resurrection. It was kind of like, why am I being rewarded so much? Like, we're getting Dexter, and then there's an announcement for more Dexter coming out in a few months after this. So I'm just also curious, like, what was that audition process like? Was it a secret? I just felt like this show kind of crept up on us.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, I think fans spoke out after when the first season ended,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think you were just talking about this with another castmate that the people were that the studio listened to the audience and they were like, "This is not a happy ending. We need a better a better ending to the story rather than what happened in that first season." And so it's been like a snowball that just just rolling downhill, just gathering momentum. And I came on board through something like this. I was sitting here on a Zoom audition. It's like a Zoom interview in my garage right here. Same setup that I have right now.
Wow.
And Ross Meyerson was the casting director. Uh, Funny enough, he was roommates with my grad school classmate and used to come and see our plays at NYU. So he knew of my work from 30 years ago back in grad school. Um, and another interesting twist is Scott Reynolds, who's the co-showrunner of Dexter Resurrection and worked on the other Dexter series. I worked a temp job as a telemarketer, and we were like sitting next to each other in cubicles, like doing cold calling,
Oh,
um,
wow.
and got struck up a friendship there, like both when we were just like both landed in LA and trying to make our mark. Um, and we just kept in touch over the years. So it's just you never know who from your past is going to open up doors in a way. Scott
Okay.
mentioned he had me in mind when he wrote the part, and
I
it
see.
just worked out. The stars aligned, but I still had to audition.
Yeah.
It wasn't handed to me. I still had to sort of go through the ropes, and I think I had two. Yeah, I had an audition, then a callback. I had to do a self tape and then a callback audition. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and we had, again, we're a big Dexter house, so we had a little bit of like a Dexter watch party here for the first episode and two. And we were just instantly glued to your character, just how warm you are, like we mentioned. And the feeling is, and I know you can't obviously share, but usually Dexter, the people that he ends up being close to are the ones that get harmed the most. So we're just kind of hoping that your character makes it through this season because, again, like we're just attached. We were instantly glued to your character, and that's just all due to your performance.
Well, I'm so grateful that the role has resonated with the audiences, and that's in part in testament to the writers because when there's a show like this, there's so many dark elements, and to bring in a character as bright and hopeful and positive, like Blessing, who literally brings Dexter under his roof, gives him food and shelter. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, of course you'd be nervous. I'm nervous too.
And the early screen when the episodes were before they came out, I mean the reviews were really really high. I think Rotten Tomatoes was at like 100%.
Yeah.
IMDb is at 9.2 for the
Wow.
show. And I'm a
Wow.
huge Sopranos fan, so we're in Sopranos category right now for the show.
Wow.
So the fans are
I
definitely
didn't
reacting.
I didn't know that. That's incredible. What I mean, yeah, I'm just beyond grateful that we're here chatting about this and that this steam engine is rolling.
What about some of the key additions, right? And Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage. Did you get a chance to meet them on set or have any exciting stories to share?
Yeah, I did get to meet them both. We didn't have any scenes together, um, um, but I got to meet them both, and it's really a testament to the show that this caliber of actors would want to be a part of this show. I mean, that it really speaks, is drawing the best of the best. And so I count myself really lucky to be a part of this. But yeah, for Peter Dinklage is legendary. Uma Thurman, of course, is legendary. Uh, and for them to lend their talents to this really is part of what makes this such a big success.
Absolutely. And are there any talks or discussions if this show continues to be successful that we can expand to future seasons? Is there talk about that, or is this considered a one season or a limited series?
Yeah, that's beyond my pay grade. I think the fans would be rioting if this was the end.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's been on record that Clyde Phillips and Michael C. Hall says have both said, I believe, and Scott Reynolds, I believe, have both said that they would love for this to run for more than one season. So uh, if it's got the response that it has on all the outlets you mentioned, and we're here chatting about the excitement, hopefully they won't be ending it right now.
Absolutely. And without giving too much away, what can fans expect for the remaining part of the season?
Well, I think things are going to get close as you can come to disaster and 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 the consequences that come when you get that close and the fallout because you could be in a train wreck and you might survive but the person sitting next to you didn't, or you could lose a limb, or an eye or whatever. So I think as the season grows the things get more complex and the relationships get more intertwined. And imagine if Dexter was living under your right below you. What are the possibilities? So
Exactly. Literally.
yeah.